In 2008, Steve Jobs introduced the unibody MacBook Pro. In 2012, Phil Schiller introduced the MacBook Pro Retina. Despite the fact that Windows laptops outperform the Mac when compared performance per dollar, the MacBook Pro has long been the go-to laptop for creativity. The product line has inspired so many people to create wonderful works of art. But for years, the Pro line has used lower power and sometimes weaker performing GPUs. Because of the level of power efficiency and optimization that Apple uses in every Mac, the difference hasn't mattered so much. But now, with NVIDIA's new GTX 10 series lineup using near desktop-level graphics cards in their laptops, widening the gap more than ever before, can Apple afford to go with a weaker option? Let's look at the facts. It's no secret that Apple charges a premium for their products. Apple can charge this premium, also called Apple tax, for two reasons. One, the company has built a reputation on making well-built, aesthetically pleasing devices that people want to purchase. And two, you can't get software like iOS or OS X from anyone other than Apple, so you're forced to buy from them. These facts have kept Apple's laptop revenue from declining at the same rates PCs have seen in recent years. The GPU in Apple's current lineup of MacBook Pros is the AMD Radeon M370X. For comparison's sake, the GTX 980M can run games like The Witcher 3 at a near 60 frames per second using high settings. The M370X runs the same game at less than half the frame rate. In fact, the AMD GPU is only a slight improvement from the GT750M that Apple used in the previous generation of the Retina MacBooks. Now, obviously the MacBook Pro isn't the laptop of choice when it comes to gaming, but Apple claims you can game on it. Which technically you can if you mainly play games that are at least 2 years old, like Batman Arkham City or Tomb Raider, and if you don't mind toning down the anti-aliasing and the resolution. Based on their trends, it's clear that Apple likes using cheaper GPUs not just for power consumption, but to keep their profits high. After all, why spend money using the latest and greatest when you can get by on a product that costs a lot less? It's been rumored that the GPU powering the next generation of Apple MacBook Pros will come from AMD's Polaris 11 architecture. The Polaris chips will come in different SKUs, so it's not clear which version Apple will use, but if prior trends indicate anything, Apple will most likely use the Radeon RX 460, which can play some graphically demanding games at respectable frame rates, but seems to be suited for less demanding games. If this is indeed what Apple is going for, and you're not heavily invested in the Apple ecosystem, should you buy this laptop? My guess is people will buy the laptop regardless because of how strong Apple's branding is. But is Apple's brand strong enough to sustain the Pro line? And if so, for how long? NVIDIA's GTX 10 series is only the first iteration of what's to come. Laptops with desktop power will eventually make their way down to mid-range laptops, making the purchase of a $2,000 machine even harder to justify. It may be time for Apple to rethink their strategy and include higher-end GPUs in their lineup. Otherwise, the Pro in the name MacBook Pro will just be an empty title. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.